It's a Friday night showdown with playoff implications on the line here on MVI Live as Brentwood and Charleroi duking it out. Brentwood sits at number 3, Charleroi number 4 in Section 4 of 3A. Alex Lyons, Kevin Kovac with you for all the action here in this one between the Spartans and the Cougars, and two teams been putting up around 60 a game. It'll be interesting to see how they kind of match up this evening.
Yeah, we were talking before we went on the air here about everyone seems like they're chasing that Wash High and then surprising Brownsville. But these are two teams that are right in the thick of things, and I expect a really good, even game tonight. And I'm interested to see the chess match between the two coaches. When to press, when not to press, what are we going to do? And obviously, whenever you get a chance to see Will Wagner play, it's always exciting. So it's cold outside, Alex. Let me tell you, on 51, it's so cold. I saw a Greyhound bus coming down 51, and the dog was actually riding inside. So nice and warm in here, though.
As these two teams both around the 10-digit win mark, I should say, as Charleroi 10-3 overall, 3-2 in the section. Brentwood 9-5, 4-3. Or 4-2 inside the section. Apparently, I can't type today. I've learned that. I'm going to blame that on the cold. Say the fingers aren't working as well today. But nonetheless, both teams at 60 or over points per game. Brentwood right at 60, 63.6 for Charleroi. As since 2003, Brentwood's won 4 times. Charleroi has won just twice. As the first meeting went to Brentwood this year, but Charleroi last year, they split with Brentwood, losing away, winning at home. So they'll look to do that exact same thing here this year. Players to watch also, you mentioned Will Wagner. He's scoring just under 50% of his team's points this season. 30.6, fifth best in the WPIL out of his 63.6 points per game for Charleroi. So he'll have to continue to step up in a big way. On the other side, you have Nate Ziegler, who's kind of been Mr. Do-It-All, over 12 points per game, shooting 30% from 3 steals a game, but he's had some help. But he's going to have another big game if Brentwood wants to continue to kind of almost lock themselves into the postseason.
Yeah, a little more balance from Brentwood, but hey, 50% of the points, that's a chore every night to do.
As we're going to keep it here for the playing of the national anthem, we come back. It will be starting lineups and more right here on MVI Live. Back here on MVI Live, simulcast on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Penultimate game of the week here on MVI Live. We'll be back in action tomorrow for a 12:30 tip-off between EF and Bell Vernon's girls. As Brentwood looking for win number 10, Charleroi looking for win number 11. A look at the starting lineups first for the visiting Brentwood Spartans. Again, 9-5 overall, 4-2 inside the section. 6'3" senior guard Mitchell Fox. 5'9" senior guard Nathan Ziegler, averaging 12.7 points per game. 5.8 junior Carter Betts, team's leading scorer at 12.8 per game. 5'10" senior guard Dalton Daly, twin sister, a senior on the girls basketball team, along with 6'2" junior guard Talon Kammermeyer. As on the other side of things, for the Charleroi Cougars, the starting 5 looks the same as it has all year, as 5'8" junior guard Brennan Shannon, along with 6'2" junior forward Ben Shields, 5'11" senior guard Gavin Thays, 5'11" senior guard Jacob Caruso, and 6'2" senior forward averaging 30.6 points per game, the 5th highest mark in the WPIAL, Will Wagner, who just hit 1,000 a week ago against Brownsville.
Will the Thrill Wagner, got to see him a couple times during the Christmas tournament live, and I'm looking forward to the test he's going to face here against a tough section foe in Brentwood. And, you know, talking before the game, Alex, you know, some of the Brentwood coaches might be playing 9 to 11 players. We see that they like the 2-2-1, the old UCLA press, something I used at McKee Sport. We'll see how much pressure that they could apply and how Charleroi can not only live with the pressure but maybe attack it a little bit. So got to get someone else scoring. 50% of the scoring is a great for a player, but as a coach you have you pulling your hair out because, you know, foul trouble, you know, maybe a twisted ankle or something like that, and you're in big trouble. So Caruso, Thays, I wrote in my notes, let's see if they could get hitting tonight. That'll open things up for Wagner also, obviously.
And you also have Brennan Shannon, another one to look at. He is
bull.
Definitely one of those guys that can kind of create a spark that is needed, as opening tip won by Kammermeyer into the backcourt. That's Daly. Daly swings it off far side. Ziegler back up top. That's Betts. Betts onto the floor, taken away. There's Caruso. Caruso up ahead. Puts it up off the window. Rattles no good. Rebound kicked out. Kammermeyer keeps it, flings it on near side. That's Daly. Dalton Daly driving in. Now Fox off the window and in, and the Spartans strike first.
Up and down basketball. Here's the 2-2-1 press.
As Wagner to Caruso, back to Wagner. Wagner swings it to Shannon. Shannon has help far side, goes that way. It's Thays. Thays into Wagner, short corner two. Wagner can't answer. Rebound by the 6'3" Fox. Betts up in transition. Will look to penetrate. Splits a pair to the foul line. Kick out near side. Daly for three. And that one rims out. Rebound by Will Wagner.
Nice driving kick. Just couldn't get it to fall early on.
Give and go. Wagner can't get the handle, but stepping on the baseline was Kammermeyer.
Great hustle by Kammermeyer, taking away a layup there, able to get back on defense, and the Bull brings it in. There's that play.
Tip drill Wagner. All day, every day for Charleroi. They've been doing it for years, and they've been perfecting it for years.
It's frustrating as a coach because you know you work on that, and then they still get it off. But Coach Wiltz is just a genius at that little lob play.
As driving in, Betts pocket pick. There goes Caruso in all alone. Up off the window and in. Caruso gives the Cougars the lead.
Caruso getting it done with two quick early steals, leading to instant offense the other way.
Back underneath, kick out, little floater from about 6 out. Kammermeyer no good. Second effort won't fall as well. Here comes Wagner. Wagner trying to cut to the middle, almost turns it over. Pressure tightly, gets away from it. Wagner bounce pass in, Shields kick out. Caruso for three, off the mark. Rebound, pinballs off of Shannon and out. And the Spartans get it back, down by 2 with 6:09 remaining in the first.
Student section was getting ready to pop there if that shot got knocked down by Caruso. He's a little upset he missed the open three, but continue to play defense, continue to get to the hoop. And here's this 1-3-1 again we saw I saw last at the Christmas tournament. Effective for Charleroi.
Up top now, driving in. Ziegler puts it up, and that one rattles home for Ziegler. First bucket of the game for Nate Ziegler, averaging 12.7 per game. Wagner trying to break the press. Bounce pass Thays. Thays kicks it up top, Shannon. Shannon down low. Wagner off the window and in.
Beautiful. Beautiful pass by the Bull to Will the Thrill Wagner. That's the way to break that zone right there.
Driving in, top of the key, now to the right block, pulling it up, and off the mark that time was Betts. Shields with another board. Definitely his best attribute is rebounding for Ben Shields as Shannon's pocket picked.
The Bull. He's definitely an all Coach Kev player as he dives into the student section for a ball. And hopefully he didn't damage that. Is that a Will Wagner face?
I think that might be a Gavin Thays.
Face. Hopefully he didn't damage the Gavin Thays face over there.
Betts on the near side. Betts swings it across. That's Daly. And Daly one too many steps before getting going. So it's going to be Cougar basketball with 5:13 remaining in the first, up by 2.
I wonder if Charleroi is going to try to attack this press. You can do it with long over-the-top passes, not the long diagonal passes. I know I used to coach this, and that's what killed us was the straight over-the-top stuff.
As there's Wagner off the deflection. Wagner foul line, kick out. Shannon from the corner now drives in back up top. Caruso for three again. This time he hits.
When Caruso hits a shot, everyone knows about it, and the bench loves it. Great enthusiasm.
Almost a steal instead. There goes Betts driving the baseline in an offensive foul.
A little chicken wing action there. Yeah.
And huge game for Charleroi. Last meeting, 67-42 in favor of Brentwood on the road for Charleroi. Very similar to what happened last year, losing 67-44 on the road, but they won 56-47 here at home. Trying to repeat history this year and maybe get that third spot in the postseason. As in the middle, that's Fox. Fox on the floor, kicks it back up top. Daly. Daly one more. Ziegler for three. Off the mark. Rebound underneath. Grabbed by Caruso. There's Thays. Thays underhand to Wagner. Wagner driving in on Daly. Wagner to the baseline. Spin move. Puts it up and rattles it in.
Pretty move. Tough dribble to the basket with a guy just fending him off. Spin move, layup in. Will Wagner.
Halfway through the first, it's an 11-4 lead for Charleroi. Ziegler up top. Bounce pass near side. Daly down low. Kammermeyer off of Thays and out with 3:56 remaining opening quarter. 11-4 lead for Charleroi.
Brentwood's able to get the ball inside here a little bit. They're doing some good post work at the top. The big man's pivoting well, but when they collapse that zone, you have 1 second to get that shot off. You're not going to be able to dribble, so they're going to have to catch us inside and get it up right away.
Tip drill the other end. Lamar Williams can't finish, and the rebound's a tie-up thanks to Betts. It's going to go back down the other direction, Charleroi basketball.
Coach Thayer taking a page out of Coach Wilt's book there, and it continuously is open in high school basketball. Other games that I watch, I don't know. As a coach, it was maddening whenever Fox Chapel used to have a play where Zach would tap his head and they'd throw a lob, and they'd tell him it was coming, and they'd still get it.
Steal back the other way, driving in with the right, no good. Rebound. Williams puts it up, won't go. There's Wagner. Wagner splits a pair. Past another. Will Wagner coast to coast to the right block. Wagner off the window and in. He's doing it all. Up to 8.
Will Wagner took on about 4 Brentwood defenders there. He is strong.
Kick to the middle, driving in. Betts with the right, too short. Rebound, Thays. Thays puts it on the floor. Thays near side, Brennan Shannon. Shannon kicks it, corner three. Caruso again. This time off the mark. And one thing I think Caruso really needs to start doing is following his shot. Not that it would have helped that time by the way it ricocheted over, but you got to follow your shot there.
You want to stand straight up and shoot that. Don't fade away. Don't run down the court. And like you said, if you get the opportunity, and who knows better than you where that ball is going to go when it's off. You see so many times guys shoot a foul shot and they run to the right or something. But he needs to stay with it. He'll do okay. Great job defensively so far for Caruso.
Forrester Betts comes in replacing his brother Carter. As rebound grabbed down by Thays. Thays swings it to Shannon. Shannon up. There goes Wagner 1-on-2. And Will Wagner gets the shot off. No good. Rebound Wagner, and he's fouled underneath and eventually goes tumbling to the floor.
Will Wagner fought 2 Brentwood players and one of his own players and got the rebound. They wanted jump balls to call, but they wanted a foul. But like I was saying before the game, very good official over there.
There's Williams underneath, one more. Betts for 3, and he buries it.
Good inside-outside action. Haven't seen the press very often because they've only scored 7 points. There's the over-the-top straight pass.
Thays for the answer. Rims out, no good. As back the other way comes Williams. Williams in the right wing. Williams pressured by Wagner. Swings it up top. There's Ziegler driving in. Bounce pass out to Daly. He faked it, got it up with the lob, and Daly floats it home.
Beautiful ball fake there by Daly, getting it up with the little floater. Well done.
Leading three-point shooter is Dalton Daly, averaging 33% from the three-point line, as this time he'll try to do at the rim, no good, but on the putback it's Ziegler adding 2 more, lead down to just 2 with 1:52 remaining in the first.
Yeah, way to run the floor that time for Brentwood, getting the second chance opportunity, and I think it was 13-4, and it looked like Charleroi just had it well in hand, and a couple turnovers on the press. What they would tell you always as a kid, and what I would tell my guys, is you dribble against a man press, you clear the floor, and against a zone press, you want to pass. You shouldn't dribble the ball in the back court. You saw a couple times they threw the straight over the top pass, not the diagonal, where they had open three-pointers and a couple opportunities. But when they've turned it over, I think it's just a little bit too much dribbling in the backcourt. So we'll see if they have a play here, if they're say, hey, we're just going to run a regular press break. I see Wagner now is inbounding the ball. So it looks like there's a play set up here. Maybe they'll try to take the top off of his defense.
Daly force bets along with Ziegler, Williams, and Fox, the 5 for Brentwood. Wagner, Shannon, Caruso, Thays, and Shields still out there for Charleroi as Williams had the steal, now gets it back. Williams looks to drive in, skips it across. Betts can't keep it alive as he has it pinball off his hands and out. And Coach Wiltz not too happy down to our right.
He wants Charleroi to get the ball to the guy in the middle who right now, well.
As Wagner will try to take it himself. Wagner, far side, kick up top. Caruso, foul line, kick out. Shannon from the corner, fakes it, bounce past Caruso. Back to Wagner, catch and release 3. Off the mark, rebound, pinball's free to Ziegler. Ziegler over the timeline, far side. Ziegler knocks into Thays, and a blocking foul called on the senior Gavin Thays.
Yeah, the crowd here doesn't like it at Charleroi, but that's a proper call. Thays took it on the chest, but he slid into it, and he knows. We just got to be calm on this press break, Charleroi. Get the ball in the middle.
Fox underneath. What a pass to Williams. And Williams sends it up and in. Lamar ties the game at 13. And another turnover as Charleroi is continuing to cough up the basketball. Empty trips once again. Under a minute to play in the first. There's Ziegler, top of the key. Foul line, kick out, Betts. Forrest Betts, bounce pass off the deflection, and Caruso picks up the personal.
A little reachy there, I guess. Yeah, you want to work the ball to the middle, who's been Ben Shields, and you want him to turn and look opposite. That's how you're able to defeat that press.
As the 15-footer rims out for Lamar Williams, rebound by Ben Shields. There's Wagner with some room. Wagner drives in. Wagner kick out Thays. Fakes it now, puts it back down low. Shields to Wagner. And that one right out off of Wagner. And right back the other direction we go. And Brentwood a chance to take the lead here before the first quarter break.
Yeah, a little too unselfish there. I think Wagner was getting ready to go for the rebound. Shields, thought I was going to take it up. Just a little miscue.
Williams all alone lays it off the glass with the left.
Yeah, you cannot allow that, obviously. But that 1-3-1 especially, that lob, that diagonal lob can kill you.
Wagner to the middle, that's Shields. Shields with 18 skips it across Thays. One more, Shannon for 3. Off the mark again. 3 balls been cold for Charleroi. Back the other way, Betts down low. Daly off the glass and in.
Oh, another steal now.
And there's Ziegler, no good. Second effort won't fall. Rebound Thays, and that will do it for quarter number 1. As Brentwood, slow start, but taking care of business as of late, up 17-13 after 1 quarter of play. Will Wagner with 8, Caruso with 5, but nobody else onto the board, while you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players on the board
in the first quarter. Yeah, balanced by Brentwood. Again, the pressure is bothering them. I wondered if it would. They're just trying to break it, not looking to necessarily attack. But if you're going to throw back and forth to the guards, you have to hit that big man in the middle. What that does is that sucks 2 people to him, and then the guys on the wings are able to run free and attack a little bit. But just a little too much dribbling. I think Coach Wiltz is telling him, just calm down, guys. It's okay. We've had some open shots that we've missed that are probably going to fall. But, yeah, Brentwood kind of out of nowhere. I think it was 13-4. And then, so if that's right, a 13-0 run.
Yeah,
my math right there.
It was close. It was either 11-4 or 13-4 at some point. Either way, it's a big run for Brentwood to get back into this contest.
Yeah, and they're doing it with defense. Caruso made a 3. He had a couple steals. Shields rebounding. I like to see Thays shoot a little more. There's a couple times where I thought on that press he was timid. And even if he takes that 3-pointer, he looks good shooting it. Even if it doesn't fall, they're going to respect that and worry about that. Now that guy's running out on him. That's going to open up a lane for a runner, for someone for a bounce pass, or for a layup.
I wouldn't mind Shannon taking that corner three either. He's had some looks there.
Yeah, I agree with you. You have to take that open shot.
As Large replaced Shannon, first substitution for Charleroi. There's Bryce Large up top. Large, there's Caruso, one more. Wagner drives the baseline. Wagner off the window and in.
He's just so tough on that baseline. He has no angle, and he somehow is able to bank it in.
Quick 10 already for Will Wagner. Stevens off the deflection, out of bounds. He was looking for Daly on the far side.
have to continue to pressure the perimeter like they do in this zone and do a really good job of it. And that's your #1 key to something stopping over the top.
Near side Betts, back up top, it's Daly. Daly sends it to the corner, Ziegler one more, Fox underneath, Williams can't get the handle on it. And Williams has had it, even though he has 4 points, he could easily be at 6 or 8 here in this
absolutely,
game.
yeah.
He's missed a couple of easy buckets.
One right there, if he could catch it, all he got to do is turn around and put it in.
Wagner goes to Large. Large changes direction.
See, Large is looking to see Shields in the middle. That's who they want to get it to.
Wagner on the near side. Wagner, top of the key, has Thays, goes that way. Thays for 3, got it!
We just said it. He has a nice shot. Shoot that ball, young man. Shoot that ball.
Charleroi back on top. 1 minute elapsed here in the second quarter. Near side, Betts. Betts swings it up top. Daly one more. Ziegler now drives in, pulls up. Short corner 2, knocks it down.
Ziegler really smooth. Ball fake, 1-2 dribbles, rises up, knocks down the jump shot.
Here's Wagner on the near side, pressured by Fox. Over the divider, floats to the corner. Caruso drives the baseline. Caruso with the floater up, no good. Rebound grabbed down by Ziegler. Here comes Ziegler in transition, cuts to the near side. Bounce pass Betts. Betts drives in on Large into the middle. Fox with the left off the back iron, gets the rebound, puts it up, blocked by Shields. Thays grabs it underhand to Large. Large over the Cougar logo, kick to Caruso, one more Wagner. Wagner drives in, foul line. Wagner pulls up off the mark, rebound Shields. Shields takes the lane, puts it up, he's fouled, he'll shoot a pair.
Yeah, Shields doing what he does, working the boards, gets to the line here, draws the foul, got smacked, looked like across the hand or the wrist. Yeah, got to look for Large there. As they penetrate and kick it, he's standing at the top of the key. Turn around, kick it out for the wide open three-pointer next time possibly. It worked out to get to the line, but.
Ben Shields sent that first one through to tie us up at 19. Foul went against Fox. That was his first, team second. 2 for 2 trip for Ben Shields.
Yeah, pretty clean game. 2 fouls and 2 fouls, 10 minutes into the game. Good basketball.
Around the horn to the corner we go, and driving in, and Bryce Large gets the foul, sliding his feet into the body of Carter Betts, who checked in for his brother.
Yeah, Coach Wilt's looking and shaking his head. Yeah, that's a foul. You can't stop him with your chest. Just a little bit late, that's all. Another nice inbounds play. The old double big man to big man screen. Act like you're setting a corner. Screener cuts to the hoop.
As back the other way, bounce pass. Wagner puts it up, no good, and that one pinball is out, and it's going to be Brentwood ball.
Really good defense there. Wagner thought it was off of a Brentwood player, but just there's like a law in the gym right now. Just not a lot of energy from Charleroi right now. They just need a spark, something to happen.
Brentwood up by 1 with the ball. Kicks it far side off of Ziegler and out.
Again, that looks like an unforced error, but the constant pressure on those guards, and they look up and they throw that long pass, just put a little extra oomph on it to get it past the defender, and things like that happen.
Large floats it to the middle, right into the hands of Ziegler. Ziegler, foul line, down low. Lamar Williams off the window and in.
Good take by Williams with the left hand, strong over Wagner.
Near side, it's Wagner up through the middle. Wagner splits past the trio, straight into the bucket. Wagner puts it up and one. Coast to coast, the bucket and the foul for Will Wagner.
Caruso smiling and saying, I know that's not how we drew it up, but we'll take the and one. Again, you don't want to dribble too much in the backcourt, but sometimes when you're really good and really strong, you could get away with it, just like Will Wagner did.
As Wagner will tie the game at 23. Wagner with 13.
They're extending this 1-3-1 out a little bit further now. You see him going over half court a hair.
Daly to the corner, catch and release. Betts knocks down the deep 2.
That's a big shot, even though it's a 2.
First bucket of the game for Betts. There's Thays. Thays drives in. Thays right block, lays it up. He's fouled, as in the vicinity was Dalton Daly.
Thays, good strong move. Again, I thought maybe you catch that, maybe you could put that up right away, especially just hitting one, but won't argue with the result as he gets the 2 free shots here.
4:48 remaining here in the first half. It's a 2-point Brentwood lead. Thays looks to change that.
And against that 1-2 or that 2-2-1 press, the corners are open. If you throw a long pass into that corner, you have a catch-and-shoot 3 opportunity, or you force the defender to close out on you, which is always good as an offensive player. Now I can ball fake, dribble pass, ball fake, shoot, whatever it is that I'm going to do at that point.
Faze to cut it to a 1-point game. He'll do that knocking down the back end. 4 points now for Faze. 4:44 remaining in the second quarter. 25-24. Brentwood on top. Forrest gets up top to Carter Betts. Carter looks at Forrest, now puts it back on the floor. Drives in, right elbow, kicks it out off the deflection. Ziegler in the corner. Ziegler, right wing, back to Carter. Down low. Kammermeyer to Williams off the window. Won't go. Rebound. Kick to Wagner. Here comes Wagner through 3. Wagner out to Faze. Faze, man in the air, puts up the triple off the mark. Ziegler with the board. Here comes Ziegler in transition. Ziegler turns it over. Caruso all alone. Williams in pursuit, and Caruso beats him to the bucket for 2.
Caruso should have been charged with grand theft on that one. Oh, now Brentwood just throws it out of bounds. That's got to be Caruso's 3rd or 4th steal, 4th or 5th deflection. And that was just a nasty, nasty, as they would say in McKeesport, they take your cookies. Brentwood now fluster. We talked about that Charleroi didn't have any energy. They were kind of in the blah. Now the energy, or Mr. Momentum, as they say, has a new address.
Up top, that's Gavin Faze. One more to Will Wagner. Wagner bounce past to Faze, has Large, goes that way. Bryce Large drives in, right elbow jumper off the back iron. Wagner, Johnny on the spot, puts it up with the right, no good. Rebound, pinballing around eventually off of Ben Shields and out.
Yeah, good hustle. If you're Charleroi, you're happy. Hey, we just couldn't get our mitts on it, but great hustle by Wagner and Shields in there. And we talked about Williams down there, another opportunity. He got to get some of these to fall. I would tell him, shoot the ball a little harder off the square. Don't try to finesse it.
There goes Carter Betts in, and an offensive foul on Carter Betts. Gavin Faze draws the charge.
Gavin Faze flexing that chicken wing a little bit. Took it for the team in the chest. Tremendous defense. Perfect call by the official right there. Although Coach Thayer doesn't think so. I think it was a good call.
Wagner, there's Shields. Shields to the corner. Caruso for 3. Rims out. Rebound Shields. Lost the handle. Pocket pick. Last touch by Shields. And, you know, if you're Charleroi, you probably don't want that dribble for Shields. Catch that, go straight up.
Yeah, you know what? That extra half a second. Shields working his butt off, another rebound. But, yeah, keep it high, because once you bring it down, you lose your size advantage.
Tell you, I got yelled at my fair share of times for doing that.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I would say that all the time, and I don't like to tip back in. You know, if you could dunk it, that's fine. But other than that, catch it, gather, go back up, keep it high. Because now I'm bringing that ball down low, and all them little guards get their hands in there, and they're going to smack the crap out of you, and they're not going to blow the whistle because they're small. And then you're going to come out of there with red arms, and Coach told you.
As Williams right at the big man King, who checked in for the first time. There's Carter Betts for 3, and he knocks it down. That was pretty looking for Carter Betts.
Yeah, Faze got out there a little bit late, but did get a hand up. Williams was driving to the hoop there, and he looked up, and King was standing there, and he kicked it out real quick. I don't think he realized he substituted in, and I don't think he wanted any of that right there.
There's the big man King off the window and in to tie us at 28 with 2:35 remaining.
Cat Lake agility for the big dog.
And a travel the other way. Charleroi gets it back. The big man getting recruited to play some football. Cal U.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, definitely this is good. It's always good for lineman-type guys to play football, I think, that aren't committed, because these college coaches come in and see, oh, look, this guy can move. I know he doesn't have equipment on, but he can move. He has good hands. He has intellect, so it helps.
As back the other way, there's Wagner with the steal. Wagner coast to coast, right block. He's blocked. Ooh. Great play underneath by Carter Betts.
Wow, that's a tremendous block right there. Wagner thought he was fouled, but it looked like he got up and kept his cylinder and got the ball stuck kind of. Really, really good defense, especially with Wagner bearing down, putting that shoulder down. We know how strong he is. We've seen it, and Betts was able to hang with him. That could be a big play, 28-28. We'll see if Brentwood could capitalize on that.
Ziegler taking his good old time. He'll pick up some pressure from Bryce Large. Now Ziegler spins near side. Ziegler with the right to the right wing, right block, and he's fouled on his way in by Bryce Large. That's Bryce's second of the quarter.
Yeah, Bryce is just putting his hands on his front or his chest, and I mean, it's a foul. He could have blown the whistle for about 10 seconds. I know people don't like it, but I think Large is good enough. Put them hands out and just move your feet.
Catch and release off the mark. Rebound over the back. Mitchell Fox getting up and going over the top of Gavin Thays.
One of my favorite plays in basketball, because if you don't box out, you don't get that call. If you don't box out, just two guys jumping. But if you box out and they call the quote-unquote push in the back, or as everyone else in the world calls it, over the back, you'll get it. It's a great position by Thays.
Double teamed as Wagner somehow slipped through with the pass for Large. Triple team, gets away. There's King all alone off the window and in. The big man again.
Large shook 3 Brentwood defenders. Don't foul.
Large contained, shot up, no good. Thays gets it to Wagner, 1:41 remaining in the half. Wagner stops up, change direction, near side to Large, Bryce Large. Gets over the divider. There goes Wagner. Wagner drives in, stops up, now spins. Wagner up top, Large for a 3. Off the back iron, rebound. The big man put back, yes! Jake King, 3 in a row, the other end, and 1! Carter Betts with the answer.
A lot going on, a lot to unpack here. King was, I think it's 6 points off the bench now. He comes in, you know, earlier on I called him Godzilla. He just tossing people around in the paint. Very agile, very calm demeanor. He throws some hellacious screens. Brentwood's able to get the ball out deep. Thays tried to foul and not give a layup, but it's an and one, but it's a hustle play. I'm not that mad. You don't want to give up and ones, but hey, you sprinted back, you hit him pretty hard, but give credit to Betts. You hate giving up offensive rebounds at the foul line. At least I did.
There's Fest back up top. Ziegler for 3, buried.
That is with a hand right in the face, too, by Caruso.
Ziegler over 30% this year, up to 9 points. Wagner turns it over. Ziegler to Betts. What a pass. And back to Ziegler. Lost the handle onto the floor. And it's pinball and free, and a foul is called.
What's the
They might get Bryce Large here.
Yeah. Push in the back. I'm not sure. I didn't see that. Again, that's my guy. I said before the game, he's a really good official. I think if we watch that back, there's got to be some kind of push or something there. Usually when guys go to the floor like that, it's kind of like, unless you punch somebody, it's okay.
It might have been the way he rolled on kind of top of is what they called.
If he saw 2 hands pushing him in the back, I'm not sure. But, hey, they're getting after it out there.
As there's Fest up top, 1 dribble, top of the key. Ziegler, 1 more, corner, catch and release. Betts again, no good. Shannon with the board. There's Caruso. Thays on the near side. Caruso to Thays. Now it's Caruso. Drives in. Back to Thays from the corner. Off the mark. Rebound. Shannon put back. No. Wagner gets it.
The Bulls skied for that one. Missed it. Wagner followed up. Charleroi. Man, did they hit the offensive glass.
15 for Wagner. 18 on the clock. Charleroi up by 1. Most likely holding for 1 will be Brentwood. There's Betts, and he wasn't ready for it. Forrest Betts turns it over, and Charleroi a chance to increase the lead before the break.
Yeah, clearly some type of miscommunication there. It looks like they're going to play man here this last possession.
Floated into Wagner. 8 on the clock. Wagner to Shannon, and Wagner fouled by Carter Betts. That's going to be number 3 on Carter Betts, the team's leading scorer on the season. He has 7 this quarter.
Yeah, and Betts has done a lot, not just scoring in this game. It is a big foul at the end of the half, and it's a 1-on-1, so it gives Wagner an opportunity for possibly two easy ones here.
Will's 1 for 1 from the line today. Only as whistle blows, and we're going to wait it for Betts to come back in, but Wagner only the 2nd 1,000-point scorer since his dad did it back in 1997. Yeah. As Wagner off the mark. Rebound, Wagner drives in, puts it up, no good. Rebound taken away by Shannon in the travel with .9. This is the perfect opportunity to bust out the old tip play.
I'll tell you what, if everyone doesn't know that it's coming, unless you have something better than the old tip play.
With .9, I think they're going to stack the box. Wagner falls down, Caruso for 3, just short. So at the half, Charleroi up by 1. Over Brentwood, back and forth affair we have went, and the Cougars clinging to the 1-point advantage.
What we anticipated, I think, Alex, a great basketball game, and it has that section feel to it. Guys are getting after it. Exciting basketball. Looking forward to the second half.
As when we come back, will be our halftime interview of the week featuring Bell Vernon's Daniel Gordon, who had himself a heck of a game on Wednesday, in their loss against Laurel Highlands. But we come back, will be that, and then we'll get you ready for the second half right here on MVI Live, simulcast on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Doreen Walters, your full-time realtor and a master certified negotiating expert. One of the most positively reviewed agents on Zillow in southwestern Pennsylvania, with the best marketing and maximum exposure, and a lifelong resident of the Mon Valley.
If you're looking for handmade gifts this season, check out Chloe and Me Candles. All of their products are made in-house since 2014. Their waxes are a proprietary blend of soy, paraffin, coconut, and corn, and they use cotton core wicks and phthalate-free oils. Their body products are made with the finest quality oils, butters, and salts for your skin. Check them out at 205 West Main Street in Monongahela or call 724-298-8696.
Stop on down to Hills Restaurant, Main Street in New Eagle. Serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner, dine in or take out. Online ordering now available at hills-restaurant.com. Hills Restaurant, the best kept secret in the Valley. You can call them at 724-258-5422.
Itty bitty treasures and more at Riverside Village Shops for something extra special. Memory domes, engraving, awards, screen printing, embroidery, gifts, and so much more. Riverside Village Shops located at 127 Spear Street in Bell Vernon.
Come to Trigimbo Motors, a top-rated Pittsburgh area dealership for over 55 years to actually enjoy car buying. From their extensive high-quality selection of cars, SUVs, and trucks, you'll receive personal care and attention and enjoy your experience at Trigimbo Motors of Bentleyville. Visit their website at trigimbo-motors.com or visit them at 125 Wilson Road in Bentleyville. Back here on MVI Live, time for our halftime interview this week as we dive deeper inside the Mon Valley. This week going to be joined by Bell Vernon shooting guard Daniel Gordon. Daniel, appreciate you stopping by and joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. So you guys off to a Tarrant pace, undefeated time of this recording, just getting a big win tonight against South Park, but next week an absolute Tarrant schedule. EF, even though no Boyd this year, still a tough competitor going into their place, and then Laurel Highlands. So with all this hype and all these big games for you guys, how do you stay grounded as a group?
We stay grounded by competing in practice. Like, we have high-intensity practices where we're getting up and down the floor, scrimmaging, you know. EF will be a tough opponent, obviously, second in the section. So hopefully that'll be a good game. And then Laurel Highlands, both of us being undefeated, you know, a lot of people are going to be there, a lot of intensity, so we're looking to put on a show.
And you guys have been doing that all year long. Third highest scoring team inside the classification. And it's not just been a one-man show. Everyone's getting into the act. And how much easier does that make your life or a guy like Devin or Quentin? Because you have three guys that can truly go off for 30 a game any given night.
Oh, it's amazing. Because, like, even if one of us is having a bad day, two of us are putting up 20 points. That's 40 points just like that. And I wouldn't even say three. I'd say more guys could even put up more numbers if they had to. So it's honestly a good feeling knowing that they have my back and I have theirs.
So also with you guys, you know, you've kind of become the go-to three-point guy. You're known for your great distance, putting them from the volleyball markings, knocking them down. But, you know, every now and then you get in those ruts. And, you know, the old adage, shooters got to shoot, and that's how you're going to get hot again. Is that kind of the mentality? Even if you get in these ruts, you just got to keep putting the ball in because eventually you're going to snap out of it?
Yeah. I'm glad that my teammates have my back with that because it gets in my head sometimes. I'm like, dang, I can't really shoot no more. But even my coaches just tell me, Daniel, keep shooting the ball, keep shooting the ball. And even Devin, Quinn, everyone else, they're like, you got to keep shooting. Like, we need to get on a rhythm. So it's honestly nice knowing that they have my back with that.
So also with you guys coming into this year after not necessarily a disappointing year, but didn't end the way you wanted to last year. And then come football season for these guys, losing at the big dance, soccer season for you guys because you play soccer. You didn't make it necessarily where you guys wanted to, and now kind of the last hurrah. So what do you have to do to get there, and what would it mean to truly hit that final pivotal milestone, at least making that championship game?
We have to work hard and practice every day. When we get outside of our section, a lot of these schools closer to Pittsburgh, they're really good basketball teams and have a lot of depth in their squad. So we just have to stay competitive in practice, stay competing in the games even though it could get out of hand a little bit. And we just need to get over that hump kind of in the playoffs with mistakes, turnovers, and just competing the way we do in the regular season.
And one more before I told you I was going to have a somewhat weird question for you. It's not that bad, and I'm going to make it a weekly thing with every athlete I interview here on. I think we're going to call this Inside the Mon Valleys. We get to sit down with you guys, which is absolutely fantastic. But is it sometimes become more of an advantage that almost your practices can be more intense than games?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Like, in practice, we make these, tournaments kind of, and we pick up 3 teams, and it's really intense. We're going at each other, talking crap, just playing the way that we would in the games. And it really gets competitive because our JV team really puts up a fight with us even when we're doing varsity versus JV. They're keeping it in 10 points, So it's just amazing having the competitive factor coming off the bench.
All right, so now the weird question. So this is a thing that I used to say when I played, and I've asked a couple other athletes here and there. Normally, when I went through college, I would always do this and ask them just because I'm curious. Greatest pump-up song of all time, is it the national anthem? Because hear me out. Or is it just the best relaxing song to get you in the right mindset to play a game? Because for me always, and the reason I'm going to explain this first time I'm asking it, is when I was standing there, just kind of got the clear head, and it's like, all right, let's go. It's game time. It's time to get go. So what's your thoughts on that?
That's kind of a good question, actually, because I never really thought of it that way. But, when I'm standing there, I feel composed, I'm getting ready for the game. My nerves are settling down, especially when there's a student there that's singing the song. It even makes it better for me. So my favorite up song personally is Forever with Drake, Eminem, Lil Wayne, and all them in it. But even the national anthem could get me lit for the game.
It's just a weird thing no one truly thinks about. It was just one of those things for me. It was like, okay, it's not always, and I've had people tell me, it's not necessarily that it's a pump-up song, but it's what gets me ready because it's like, all right, all the pressure, all this, all right, time to clear the mind and let's go to work.
Yes, sir.
All right, I appreciate it, Daniel. Again, congrats on the great start. We'll see you down the road. Again, Daniel Gordon of Bell Vernon, undefeated thus far as the Leopards looking to get to that WPIAL title game. We come back, we'll have the second half of your game right here on MVI Live, simulcast on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Have you always wanted to install security cameras in your house, but none of the commercial installers wanted to bother with you? Now you can call Kevin Ike Evangelo at Right Bite Computers for all your residential security camera needs. Call Ike at 724-272-2145 for your free security camera analysis.
If you're looking for somewhere to eat after the game, check out our friends down at the Foster House 2, serving up their famous king sandwiches 7 days a week until 11:30 p.m. The Foster House 2, located at 1 Cook Road in Bell Vernon. Back here at the half here on MVI Live, 34-33 Charleroi on top of the Brentwood Spartans. It's been a back-and-forth affair between the number 3 and number 4 team in Section 4 of 3A, and both teams have taken their blows. Both teams have delivered the blow to the other team. The question is who's going to be able to kind of solidify it.
Exactly right, Alex. I think that this is another. Whenever me and you get together, we get some really good games, and I think that we're going to see that here. One team goes out, another team answers, they take the lead, and vice versa. Look for something to spark one of these teams here early to get a start on the second half. Here, Coach Thayer coming out a little bit late here. And let's just see what it does. There was that lull in that early in the second quarter, and I said I could feel like a lull. You know what I mean? I'm not like a psychic or remote viewer or anything, but I could kind of feel that. And then there was a tip and then a layup, and then boom, Charleroi had the energy. So who could sustain that energy, make their shots too, especially Brentwood. Like we talked, a lot of good work on their zone offense getting inside, but missing a lot of shots. So I think we're in for a great 16 minutes of basketball. Put another log on the fire, another Bailey's in your coffee, and buckle up, folks.
As we are underway for half number 2, Wagner for 3 off the backboard, no good. Rebound underneath. As that is Kammermeyer up ahead. Underneath, that's Betts off the window, no good. Rebound, kick back out, Ziegler. Ziegler to force Betts. Betts driving in now. Fox spin move with the right off the back iron, no good. Kammermeyer, one dribble pass as he was falling down. Back out, Ziegler for 3 off the mark. Rebound and a foul underneath.
Faze again with the box out and gets the foul. Beautiful positioning. And our guy, the Bull, had a box out on the big guy there, Kammermeyer, and Kammermeyer actually came down on the ground.
I think that is the 3rd foul underneath that Gavin Thays has drawn in this game.
It's been outstanding. I love that as a former coach. Boxing out, you get the call.
There's Thays at the other end. Count it! Gavin Thays doing it all.
We're just talking about him during the break with Naz Victoria. So I'd like to see him shoot the ball a little more, and it's going for him right now, I'll tell you, all aspects of the game.
As up top, there's Carter Betts. Carter looks for an option, skips it to Forrest Betts. Forrest drives in, right block, bounce pass underneath. Kammermeyer affected by Wagner. Rebound, grab down. Kammermeyer kicks it out. One more. Forrest Betts for 3 off the back iron. Wagner can't corral the rebound. Somehow saves it. Shields to Shannon. There goes Shannon. Stops up. Shannon looks for Shields off the deflection. There's Ziegler. Ziegler to cut into the lead. Puts it up. He's fouled by Wagner.
Back and forth action. Wagner with a good foul down there. I don't think it's a bad foul. He doesn't get the N1. Make him earn it from the line. Shannon, just a little bit too much. Just calm down, slow down just a hair. You're going to have it.
As Ziegler going to shoot a pair. He has 9 points today. Make it 10 as that one rattles home.
Yeah, Ziegler's smooth. You mentioned him before the game. We were talking. He's just very smooth, very calm demeanor. I like players I like fiery players too, but a garbage truck could be on fire behind him at the foul line, and he's not even going to look back. He's just going to stroke it with that beautiful shot of his.
I think you want to find that nice combination of both of those. Your guy that can calm the game down for you, and also the guy that can give you a spark.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Chemistry.
As there's Thays, back to Wagner for 3. Got it!
Faze, great catch and a great pass to Wagner, and Wagner does what Will Wagner does, knock down shots.
18 now for Will Wagner, looking for the answer underneath. That's Betts off the window and in for Fox.
Great pass by Betts, that 3rd foul. Oh, here we go.
A little far, but Shannon corrals it. Shannon back to Caruso, one dribble, now a pass to Wagner. Wagner to Thays, back to Wagner, into the 3, goes again off the back iron. Rebound, grab Thays, Wagner tries again, off the mark again.
One more.
Now we'll drive in, kick out, Gavin's turn, off the mark as that one rims out and Shields a push underneath.
Shields a little handsy there, a little frustration, I think. But how about the offensive rebound by Charleroi? Even though the shots didn't fall, folks, that's like a turnover. That's like an extra possession there. So if you're Brentwood, you're playing that zone, you know it's going to be a little tougher to rebound. Oh, here comes some pressure from Charleroi.
As near side without issues, it's Mitchell Fox. Fox sidestepping to the near side, picked up his dribble, up top he goes. That's to Carter Betts. Carter Betts now drives in, Betts to the middle. There's Fox from 15, knocks it down.
Charleroi now man-to-man. Brentwood runs that 1-4 offense really well, the old Coach Scorp offense from Franklin Regional. Get a bucket off it.
As there's Wagner, bounce past Caruso, give and go. Wagner from the foul line for the answer, yes.
Wagner feeling it.
20 points for Wagner, still 10 below his season average, but he's carrying about 50% of the weight once again. That's the normal for Will Wagner. As handoff driving in, Ziegler fadeaway, no good. Rebound grabbed by Wagner. Wagner onto the floor, tied up with a trio. And a timeout called by Charleroi to save the possession.
Really good defense by Wagner moving through, and now they're in that man. You see that 1-4 look with 4 guys from the foul line to the wing to the other side. You'll see ball handoffs and a bunch of different offense from it. The film that I did watch on Brentwood, that's mainly what they ran against man. And I'm sure Coach Wiltz is talking about it right now. Here's what we got to do. And Wagner not only scoring, rebounding, just all over the place, just doing what he does night in and night out.
And I got a chance to talk to Brentwood's coach Dan Thayer, teacher at Baldwin, by the way, for those of you curious of that one. Told me, his team was very unselfish. I think that's something we've seen a lot of tonight. But he said to win this game, they're going to have to find ways to keep the energy up through the entire course of a game. And playing like this against the Charleroi team, they've matched the energy thus far. I think it's one of those things when you're getting your energy match, it's almost easier to keep your energy high. And I think that's a big thing because they know the importance of this game, especially with the amount of games they've played in the last 2 weeks.
Absolutely.
Shannon gets it to Wagner. Wagner, one dribble, now spins to the near side, comes off to Caruso to Thays, back to Caruso. Wagner all alone for 3. No good off the back iron. Back the other way comes Fox. There's Forrest Betts beyond the perimeter. Betts. Up top he goes. Ziegler all alone for 3. No good. Right back to Carter. Betts for 3. That one won't go. Now it's Shannon. Surrounded. Shannon needs help. Turns it over. Pops it back free onto the floor. There's Betts off the foot of Ben Shields.
Well, Shannon with the turnover there, but he hustle getting back. Guys are getting after it. I thought maybe they could have blew a whistle down there on him. He's getting a little manhandled underneath, but referee didn't blow it, so all is fair in love and basketball.
Up top, Forrest Betts for 3. That one rattles around, no good. Shannon make that Shields with the rebound. Shields up ahead. Shannon drives in, right block over to Caruso. Blocked. Caruso gets it back and throws it up and over. Great hustle defense by Nate Ziegler.
We were talking about during halftime. If you get that offensive rebound, unless you're putting it back and dunking it, catch the ball, gather, and go back up. And I think if Caruso did that, the defender would have flew right past him there.
As there goes Fox spinning to the middle with the left. No good. Rebound, Gavin Thays. Thays to Wagner. Wagner picking up the tempo to the corner. Caruso for 3. Short again. And again, Caruso not following the shot.
He started to, then he stopped. If he'd have took another step or two, he'd have had that rebound.
Forrest Betts near side. Ziegler drives in, puts it up. He's knocked down. Rebound, Shields.
It looked like he got knocked down by a trio of Cougars there, but no whistle.
Now it's Wagner near side. Wagner straight in. Wagner up over 3, banks it in.
Wow. I don't even know how Will Wagner gets that shot off. Tremendous.
Not many looks for Will Wagner. His dad told me Waynesburg, my alma mater, taking a look at Will Wagner.
Waynesburg, I understand too from some sources that there's a couple smaller Penn States, Greater Allegheny and a few schools like that also have interest in him too. Spoke to a coach who's interested.
As off the back iron rebound by Will Wagner, and the way this kid plays, 5th leading scorer in the WPIL, and he does it all for his team. I don't see a coach that wouldn't want him. As Thays off the mark. Wagner rebound fouled.
As the offensive rebounds too. Yeah, you know what? When you look at Will Wagner or you read his stats, his size isn't going to blow you off the page. He's not windmill dunking on guys or things like that. He makes shots. He knows how to play basketball. He plays hard. What's he doing now?
I think getting the basketball.
Yeah, he even goes and gets a basketball. Run him off if you need it, whatever you want. But he does everything. He's a coach's kid, so he knows, you know what I mean? He knows the game. I always used to get mad at my son when he'd make mistakes because, I know that you know better. So I'm going to get madder at you than everyone else because you have to live with this 24/7. They only do a couple hours a night. But yeah, coaches, you want to talk about a guy that has some courage and conviction to him, plays the game the right way, plays it hard. Look, he's going to get the ball again, and he's the shooter. Maybe it's a tactic by Brentwood's coach to slow the game down a little bit. Go ahead and roll the ball over there to the lady in the purple sweatshirt. Maybe we'll mess with his timing a little bit. I don't know.
Daly, Fest, and King check back in. Wagner just 1 for 3 from the line. That one goes through for Will Wagner. 23 for Will.
Ooh, got away with a travel there.
Almost stolen by Wagner. Instead, it's Ziegler trying to drive around him. Ziegler down low. Daly off the window. Pinball's no good.
Another miss by Brentwood inside.
Wagner pressured by Daly there. Shannon inside the big man King. Back to Wagner. Wagner again.
Big soft paws on the big dog inside. Great little touch pass to Wagner. And Charleroi kind of has exploded here in the last couple of minutes.
47-39, 150 remaining in the third. Driving in, turnover, Wagner, up to Shannon. Shannon, the trailer, Thays. Thays slows it down, Caruso. Couple dribbles, calling out the play. Wagner gonna cut to the high post, he gets it, Wagner. Near side, Thays, some room. Thays, back to Caruso, one more, Shannon. Shannon. Back up top, Caruso, quick pass to Thays, bounce pass, King sees a lane, takes it, rims out.
Good move, good drop step, just a little got too deep there and just off the wrong part of the backboard. Good pass, good move.
Caruso careful not to pick up the personal. As spinning his way in, there's Betts!
Wow.
And Betts knocks it down, and a timeout for Brentwood after the bucket by Betts.
Really, really good spin move there by Betts. Got to the hoop faster than I thought. He was going to go up and dunk it first.
And it all started because Caruso kind of got a little too aggressive there. Realized I don't want to pick up the foul, so I had to back up. And all of a sudden, Carter Betts found himself a lane to the corner, and that opened to a clear-cut lane to the bucket.
Yeah, you want to try to keep in the half court. In the full court, it might be a little different. Keep about a half an arm's length or so apart, so you can have room to react. You're not going to foul and be on top of him, and that's exactly what happened. Caruso kind of fell back a little bit after gambling, and then the space opened up, and it was just Betts, just tremendous move to the baseline. Great spin, Kawhi Leonard-like spin going there and finishing it off. So despite Charleroi run, and they were up 8 or 9 there, now it's back down to 6. So you talked about energy, who's going to have it. I think that's a good timeout by Coach Thayer there. Hey, we scored a basket. Let's call a timeout. I expect pressure. Will it be the same press? Will it be a different press? Maybe they could get a steal, and we'll see what they do. Here they come. This is the chess match.
Yeah, Brentwood, they feel like this game pretty much solidifies them into the postseason if they're able to beat Charleroi for the second time. And that's pretty much would almost be a guarantee for them. Just take care of business against who you're supposed to win against. But Charleroi taking care of business in a big game for them.
Absolutely, and if you beat somebody twice, that's almost like a 3-game lead. Because then if you're tied, they're going to beat you every single time if you have the same section record. So a sweep is big in section play.
There's Daly driving in, right to King. Kicks it back out, Ziegler. Nate Ziegler onto the floor with the rock. Up top, pressure by Caruso, another steal. There goes Caruso, right at Ziegler. Ziegler strips it away. Shannon finds it to Wagner. Wagner with the right, no good. Rebound grabbed down by Carter Betts.
Entertaining basketball both ways.
Betts drives in, deflected, King with the board. 14 on the clock. The Charleroi hold for one. They will not. Wagner straight to the window.
Not when you have Will Wagner, you don't hold for one.
I don't think either of these teams know how to slow down their offense tonight. As Ziegler with one pulls the trigger.
Oh, my goodness.
At the buzzer, what a bucket by Ziegler.
Wow. Ziegler even looked surprised after he looked at his coach and says, yeah, that went in.
And that's huge.
Oh, it is, because it was 49-41. That's an 8-point lead. Now it's a 5-point lead. Now it's a 2-possession game. And I tell you what, the referees just stand to the side, blow your whistle when time runs out, because, again, 2 fouls. I think the game's being officiated very well. They're letting these guys play. And if you're watching at home, you are getting your money's worth. 2 really good high school basketball teams with some great players on it, and they're getting after it. Could Brentwood get some of these inside looks, these bunnies, so to speak, to fall for them? You're going to look back at this game, and if you lose or you lose by a couple points especially, man, how many did we miss that we could have made? But the opportunity is still there with 8 minutes left in a 5-point game. Continue to get the ball inside. We'll see if the press, the last time, the little press break they ran worked well. They got a good shot, but again, Thay, I don't know if he was holding it till the end of the half there. I'd like him to shoot that. We talked about Thay's to shoot it more, so we'll see if he does that more in the fourth. And Large is back in. the young stud for the Cougars.
12 of 15 that quarter belonged to Wagner of Charleroi. So out of his team's 15, Wagner with 12, the other 3 to Thays.
Yeah, he traveled. Good call.
And Carter Betts not a fan, but we'll head back the other direction. 7:49 remaining fourth quarter, 49-44 lead in favor of Charleroi. Large the trigger, gets it to Wagner. Wagner driving just into the front court. Wagner, there's Thays underneath the King, and King gets fouled by Daly.
King looks at the referees, his palms up, like, well, what do you want me to do? He's 5 or 6 inches taller, 150 pounds heavier. I'm not going to stand down here and get ragdolled. As King pushes a couple guys to toward the baseline.
Caruso, all alone, knocks down the triple.
Feeling like a big shift here in the energy. If Charleroi could just keep rolling and get in the lead, get it up here at home in the fourth, you'd think they'd be able to hold on.
Ziegler, there's Carter Betts for the answer, no good. Punched back out by Lamar Williams. Daly now for 3, top of the key, rims out. Rebound, again, now it's make that. Fest putting it up, no good. Rebound, Daly kicks it to Ziegler. Ziegler spins away. Ziegler back up top, that's Betts. One more, Daly from the corner for 3, yes!
Big shot. Multiple offensive rebounds for Brentwood, and they get to 3.
Dalton Daly over 33% from 3. Huge one there. King, 1 on 3, wins the battle.
King.
Extra possession thanks to Jake King underneath.
You know what, originally I called him Godzilla, but King, it's more King Kong. How did I not see that before? He seems like a gentle giant, but man, when he's on the court, beware.
Rare miss by Wagner. King helps him out, gets it back, and Wagner puts it through.
If you're Will Wagner, you should be pointing back at King Kong saying, thanks, big dog, because you knocked that loose for me. If I'm scoring that, I give him an assist on my stat sheet.
Jose Negron was here the other night talking about how good King played against Best Center as we get to travel back the other way, and he's picked that right up here tonight in a huge game.
You don't look at him and think, hey, he's going to give us 15 points a night, but he came out with those 6 or 8 points in the second quarter. And he's doing what he does, getting in the way, boxing people out, setting screens, whatever it takes.
As there goes Large to King. King goes out to Caruso. Caruso kicks it across. Thays to Wagner for the deep shot. No good. Rebound. Wagner pops it free.
And what did he do? Followed his shot, Alex.
Splits a pair, and Wagner.
Oh, goodness gracious. You've been wanting guys to follow their shot, and he did it, and then with that tremendous finish.
Wagner over his season average at 31. Down low, Williams off the glass.
A nice little high-low play there, and Williams does have the advantage on King with the speed, so, and I see Coach sending Shields back in here.
Brentwood needs some stops and scores. They get the stop thanks to Daly. There goes Betts. Betts bounce pass. Ziegler kisses it off the glass and in. Up to 16 for Nate Ziegler.
Again, the pressure affecting Charleroi.
There goes Caruso, cutting to the middle. Caruso, double teamed again. Caruso, throwing the elbow. He has to be careful. And he cuts his way and blocks. Lamar says no.
That's a tremendous block. Yeah, Caruso getting a little wily up there with the elbows. But, again, it's just too much dribbling for Charleroi. And they want you to dribble so they could trap you and get you to pick it up, and then you're stuck. So, got to be a little better with this press break.
Faze. Inside, Will Wagner spinning his way. Tries to kick it back out, gets his dribble back. Wagner throws it up. Lamar again! And Wagner the foul at the other side.
Yeah, Wagner felt like he was fouled down there on the move inside. I think Coach Wilkes does too, but no call. A little frustration foul coming back by Wagner.
And Lamar Williams starting to heat up here defensively. A couple of big blocks for the big man. He also has a bucket here recently.
He's definitely becoming a factor every time someone goes to the hoop. There's that lob again.
And there's Lamar Williams again. Last 2 buckets, 2 big blocks. Lamar Williams getting the Spartans right back in it.
The spark.
Caruso pressured by Lamar Williams. Now it's taken by Large. Bryce Large drives in. Large lost the handle. Tries to get it to Thays. Can't on the floor. Brentwood has it. Timeout called. That's by Mitchell Fox.
And out of nowhere, Brentwood comes back. We were talking before, Charleroi had that energy, and it was danger time for Brentwood. And like you said, defensively, it's where it happened for them. Williams, both ends of the floor.
56-53, 4:29 remaining in the fourth quarter. These teams back and forth, and it's been fun. And, you know, it's really started with the tenacious play by Daly on the point of that press, starting leading the first bucket by Lamar Williams, then 2 blocks by Lamar, and then the pick and roll with Williams finishing at the other end again.
Charleroi has to find a way to move this ball up the backcourt without dribbling it, because every time that they dribble it, they're dribbling it into a trap. Now you picked your dribble up and you're trapped, so you can't even dribble to escape or retreat. Brentwood, I don't change anything I'm doing right now from them. Charleroi got to be a little more patient against the press. Let's see, there's going to be man, or are they going to extend the 1-3-1? Looks like it's a man look. So we'll probably see that 1-4 offense again. Here it comes from Brentwood.
As there is Ziegler make it Fox. Back to Lamar Williams. Off the back iron, rattles right to Caruso. Caruso bumped down by Betts, and that's a big one. That's number 4 on Carter Betts. Team's leading scorer only has 9 points today and picks up foul number 4 with 4:14 remaining in the fourth.
Huge foul, but I look at Coach Thayer. You're in there, kid. I'd do the same thing. I'm not taking you out with 4:10 left. You're going to have to play smart.
They only gave that as his third. I had it as 4.
Oh, yeah, I thought so too.
So I might have missed communication, but nonetheless, that's a big break for Brentwood as Betts' pocket almost picked. And that should be Brentwood basketball on the near side with 4:01 remaining in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, 3 and 4, that's a big difference right there. I thought so too. I thought at the end of the first half it was his third foul, but that's good. Keep the best players in the game. Let's let them figure it out on the floor.
Dalton Daly pressured by Thays. Daly trying to create some space. Daly finds a bit of a lane, doesn't take it, now kicks it. That's to Carter Betts. Betts across, picked off by Wagner. In transition, there's Wagner. Wagner stops up. Wagner up top, bounce past Shannon. Shannon, there's Caruso for 3 off the mark. Wagner with the board. Wagner puts it up.
Another block.
Again Williams, but it's Shields following it up, no good. Here comes Fox, pocket pick, Shannon the beneficiary. Wagner splits 2 again, around a third, passes to Shannon. Shannon to Thays, back to Shannon. Shannon goes Thays in the corner. Thays up top, Shannon, middle, Shields, one more, Caruso again. Can he hit? No. As Caruso's gone cold from beyond the arc.
Great basketball both ways.
Near side, Lamar down low. Ziegler off the glass, no good. Missed the bunny.
Yeah, even great players miss them sometimes.
Wagner give and go, and Wagner rattles it in. 32, make it 33 for Wagner. The answer, yes.
Back and forth we go.
Wagner to Caruso. Caruso over the divider. Caruso pressured by Ziegler. Into Shields, goes to Shannon. Shannon back up top to Caruso. 2:17 remaining in the fourth. 58-55 lead. A rare change of pace here in this one. Shields back to Caruso, far side. Caruso back to Wagner. Wagner gonna force the issue a little. Goes to Thays for 3. A dagger won't go. Up ahead, there's Carter Betts again. Slows things up. Under 2 to play. Ziegler pressured by Shannon. His team down by 3. Drives in. Ziegler puts it up. Rattles no good, but he'll shoot 2.
Good strong take by Ziegler. I think Wagner, got him with the foul. Charleroi being a little slow, a little more methodical. Brentwood just wants to wreak havoc, get the ball, get up the floor. We'll see who has the energy here in these last 2 minutes.
As going up and rattling it in will be Ziegler. 17, and look who's coming back in. The big man King getting rewarded for the efforts he's put out tonight.
Yeah, King back in, Williams out. I wonder if Coach Thayer is going to start going offense, defense, substitution, maybe a little early for that. Giving up his shot blocker probably for another shooter, I'm thinking.
But Williams, I should say, has been really the last two couple buckets.
Yeah, he's made them.
There's the steal. Daly to Fox, and Fox cuts the lead. It's tied.
Just got to pass through the pressure. Can't dribble through it.
Up top, that's Shannon near side. Thays back to Shannon. Caruso for three, off the mark again. That one pinballs and a foul out of bounds.
I think they called the foul. They fouled on King. Oh, no, Thays. Okay. I actually think King hit Thays into the Brentwood defender, but all the referee saw was number 33 careening into a navy blue uniform. Little offense, defense substitute in here. The chess game continues.
58 all. Handoff up top. Now it's back to Daly. Daly driving in now. Ziegler lost it and out. It's going to stay with Brentwood.
Tipped out there on somebody got a hand on it. Brentwood working the high ball handoffs up top. What they're looking for is an advantage, and whoever has an advantage, you try to get downhill, something to the basket.
Ziegler off the inbound, drives in, pulls up with the mid-range jumper, no good. Wagner pulls down the rebound. Under a minute to play, 58 all. Wagner, Caruso to Shields. Shields just slows it down. He wants Will with the ball. Will drives in, kick out, Thays for the lead. No! Rebound, grab down, Ben Shields. Shields, and a timeout called by Charleroi.
Huge rebound by Shields that time. Huge rebound. Great timeout by Coach Wiltz. Let's settle it down here. Of course, you want to hold it for one shot. Of course, Brentwood's not going to try to not let them hold it for one shot, but a couple things you can do here. Throw the ball in the backcourt. They might let you catch it there, and you could kill about 8 or 9 seconds back there. Bring it over with maybe 30 seconds, or what would it be, about 30 seconds, 31 seconds, and then, hey, go ahead and do your thing. Get into your offense. What do you want to run? And we'll see what Brentwood does. They're going to play man. Are they going to try to, full court man deny? Are they going to zone it? It's tough. You got Wagner. If Wagner can get to the hoop one-on-one, I'm going to tell him to go ahead and take the ball to the basket. We're not going to hold it, but, we'll see what happens here.
Yeah, it's another thriller that we've got to do here, Kevin.
Absolutely.
To be honest, they just got to put us on games. We're going to get good games. I think
so
that's
too.
what you got to do now.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. Because this is exactly what I thought it would be. I mean, I maybe didn't think we'd be tied with 40 seconds left, but you have two even teams. It's a section game. They both are very aware what they're fighting for. They're chasing the two guys at the top right now, especially for Charleroi. You don't want to get swept 2-0 because then at any ties, you lose the tiebreaker. So it's almost like being a game behind them all the time, even if you're tied. So you want to hold serve here at home, and I think the kids, the coaches, the fans, everyone's aware of that.
Inbound, Will Wagner, 40 on the clock. Wagner, there's Caruso. Caruso, back to Wagner. Wagner spins away, lost his dribble. Caruso floats it. Wagner. Bounce pass, Gavin Thays. Thays to Shields. Shields, a little catch. Here's Wagner. Double team to Caruso, 16. Near side, Thays with 14. Now it's Wagner. They've killed off 30. 8 on the clock, and Wagner gets fouled.
There's number 4 on bets. 9.6.
Which could be costly if this 9.6 results in no points.
Yeah.
And I think that's what they realize, and they're going to take Carter Betts out.
Yes. Offense for defense. I think they might have heard us. That's why they knew.
Wagner holds, now 8, down to 7. Wagner drives in with 5 to the corner. Caruso and a foul.
Okay, we have the on after doing this on, I think they're doing this on purpose. You foul, you're not in the bonus, and it makes you, now you got to inbound the ball and shoot it with 3.8 seconds instead of 9 or 10 seconds. That's the thought process.
Charleroi takes the timeout. The only thing I don't like about that is I like the first one, but the second one I don't, due to the fact is if you have an accidental foul now here, there's no room to play with.
Yeah.
Automatically,
Yeah.
you get an off ball, someone trying to break a screen before the inbound, and you get a foul. That's 1-1, and you might lose the game off that.
If I'm Coach Wiltz down there, I'm going to have some screens being set for guys to get open, and I'm going to tell my guys, hey, if you get hit with a screen, go ahead, go down. I might even whisper to the referee, hey, they've been running through our screens all day. And that's all I might say. I'm not going to say, hey, we're going to have a guy that's going to flop on a screen because you're not going to get the call. But, like, can you watch? They've been running through our screens all day, and maybe they see that. And like you said, and you get to the line, it's something that they obviously practice because you can't do that at the end of a game unless you practice it because the other team could get wise and maybe fire a shot up real quick. And now they have 2 foul shots instead. So, but let's see what happens. I'm going to guess here, and this is a play that I used to run in McKeesport. We called it side attack. Wagner's going to inbound his ball and get it right back. Just getting something going toward the basket. That's my guess. And we have the proverbial basketball timeout, if you ever watch football games and hear that. So basically what Coach Thayer does is let's see you line up in your formation. I'm going to be, before the ball is handed to your player, I'm going to call a timeout. I'm going to draw that play up on the board and say, hey, look, this is what they're going to do. So if they come out in the same formation, we're okay. But if they come out in a different formation, we've taken their best play away or the play that their coach wanted to run first. Unless you watch film and you track other coaches' timeouts, because then you could run a dummy play, have them call a timeout, and run the play you wanted to run in the first place. You with me?
I am. And it doesn't look like much has changed for Charleroi as they're quickly out of the timeout.
It's the chess match. But as you see where they're lining up now, well, no, it is the same. I mean, they might have just shown what they're going to do here. Coach is like, get back in line. But yeah, I would expect maybe Caruso or maybe send the Bull up there, or even all of them are pretty good passers, and look to get it right back to Wagner. I would think
a little give and go straight to the bucket.
Or you know what? What I would do here is I would have my big man come up and catch the ball at the elbow. That was the old McKeesport side attack. He would give it right back to the guy, and he will go right.
And I think that's a big thing with Wagner, that he can fight and make through the contact.
It's weird, though, because they're like playing like a zone still. So
Caruso, he's going to take it now to Wagner for the win. Oh!
Well defended by Brentwood, and I didn't expect them either. They were like in a zone there. They fell off and almost double teamed Shield. So, hey, credit to Coach Thayer, and we got bonus basketball.
As Wagner had the look, it was contested, but just could not knock it down.
Looked pretty good from our angle, too. I'm like, oh, this is going in, but.
Yeah, I honestly was expecting Will Wagner to
good.
Send this home crowd home happy. As you know, Will Wagner, he can hit almost anything. He has 33 today. Now, stat total for Wagner can just go up a little more with overtime.
Yeah, you're looking for someone else, though, other than Wagner. I know he's carried him, and there's only 4 minutes left, but, who's going to be Caruso going to make a shot? Thays. Is it going to be another Shields offensive rebound or something like that? And now, like we said, there's 4 fouls on Betts. Man, do they loom large because there's 4 minutes left again.
14-9. Brentwood outscored Charleroi in that fourth quarter to force overtime. Will Wagner had all but 3, but he only had 6 that time by. Wagner scored all but 6 of Charleroi's points this half. As Shannon gets it off the tip, now it's taking Caruso to Wagner. There's Will Wagner. Wagner to Caruso. Bounce pass Wagner. Wagner deep 3. No good. Shannon with the rebound. The smallest man got it. Wagner to Thays. Now Thays dribbles underneath Shannon. Shannon, Caruso, one more Wagner. Wagner drives in, lost the handle, gets it right back.
Great hustle.
Shields now, slows it down. Caruso, bounce pass, Shields, Thays for 3. Yes! He got it! Gavin Thays.
That's a backbreaker. They played defense for almost 40 seconds there, and they come away with giving up the 3.
And that's almost 80 seconds, honestly, of straight defense for Brentwood going back to the fourth.
And they played pretty good defense till the open shot.
Daly's answer buried! Dalton Daly!
And in the words of the great Jim Ross, business has just picked up.
They might have only called that a 2 for Daly.
Oh, I don't know. The Brentwood fans over here are upset.
So that's only a 2. We are not tied. As Wagner with a 1-point lead, up to Thays. Thays near side, Caruso for 3. Rims it out, no good. And back the other way, so a 2 for Dalton Daly. And even head coach Wilt said, was that a 2? And the official just put up 2 fingers, so he wasn't even sure. We were all on the same page thinking Dalton Daly just tied the game.
Coach Thayer has no debate about it, so he probably could see a little better than us. He must have been on the line.
He was on the far corner, not necessarily our easiest spot to see, as Brentwood a chance to take the lead. Daly created some space. Driving in here, it's Kammermeyer. Kammermeyer, there's Daly. Dalton Daly drives in. Daly bounce pass down low, deflected free and out of bounds, and a foul underneath.
Faze just kind of shoved him a little bit as he was in the air, which I think made it look even worse. Kind of like a running back going over the top at the goal line.
Carter Betts, inbound, catch and release. Ziegler got it! Brentwood up by 2.
Back in their press. Man, Ziegler is smooth.
20 points for Nate Ziegler. Wagner, can he get the answer? Now it's Thays. Thays drives in. Thays turns it over. And Brentwood up by 2, a chance to increase. Nate Ziegler over the Cougar logo. Ziegler to the foul line. Ziegler kick out. Dalton Daly. Daly lost the dribble, far side. Ziegler sees a lane. Ziegler off the glass and in.
Strong take by Ziegler that time.
Charleroi down by now 4, 1:26 remaining in overtime. There goes Caruso to Shannon. Shannon, Caruso drives in. Caruso to Wagner off the hop. Will Wagner looks to penetrate, double team, steps on the baseline. At clear as day, Wagner got a whole foot on the baseline. Getting to watch it back there.
Brentwood is, the last 2 or 3 minutes, has just been a ball of fire on both ends of the floor.
Do you start fouling? Wagner got the steal, but Shannon fouled first.
I don't know if they were necessarily looking to foul there. They definitely pressed. I think Shannon tried to come from behind and maybe tip one and just got a little too much body there because they were going to get the ball. He did knock it loose, but I think he got a piece of the hip.
Team's leading scorer, Carter Betts, will shoot 1 and 1. Chance to make it a 6-point lead. Smooth the first time by. There's 12. Lead to 5.
Yeah, Charleroi frustrated right now, but they got to stay in the game. 5-point, could be 6-point game, but at minute 10, anything could happen.
That one banks off the iron and in. The lead is to 6. Charleroi's gone cold here in overtime since Gavin Thays hit the initial triple. Caruso to Shannon. Shannon pops it back out a little far. Somehow Wagner walks the tightrope. Wagner lost the handle. Wagner. Now it's Thays, catch and release. Got it!
Big shot.
Timeout.
Brentwood thought he stepped on the line there for a backcourt violation, but no call was made. And they're able to fight through the pressure and the trapping and make that three-pointer.
Gavin Thays, all 6 points in overtime, down by 3, 49.2 on the clock.
Yeah, you're going to set up a press here. You're going to trap. You don't have to foul right away. I would give it some time. If someone's running free, yeah, you go ahead and reach out and foul them. Don't give any layups up or anything like that. But let's see what you got press-wise. What do we run? What's our best press? Where do we want to get the ball so we can trap them? And that's all the things you're talking about now. Game isn't over. Anything could happen. We'll take a 5-second count also. We'll see if they go a man or if they go a zone here. I'm guessing since everyone's walking up, it's going to be a man. We'll see. And we'll see what Brentwood does. You have the opportunity to run the baseline, which is a big thing. A lot of times kids forget about that. It's a huge advantage. Whether you're passing the ball to another player out of bounds or just running the baseline to improve your passing angle.
And if you can get a quick steal if you're Charleroi, you don't need the 3
now.
now.
No, absolutely not. I get a quick bucket, I get a layup, boom, right back into the press. Absolutely. And then you still have time to trap. You don't have to foul right away, even after that.
Dalton Daly sends order in motion.
Oh.
2-on-0. Kammermeyer to Fox. Blocked! And on the putback, Kammermeyer got it. Big time for his first bucket of the game. Wagner contested. Got it! The triple by Wagner. Down by 2.
Wow, how did that go in?
Near side, Dalton Daly up top, Ziegler. And there's the foul on Ziegler, and Ziegler, he's 3 for 4, will shoot 1 and 1.
I thought the referee was calling a foul on Wagner's shot. I didn't even realize it went in at first. Holy mackerel.
Imagine if that was foul as well.
It was bizarre looking, but it was tough.
Crowd making some noise. Ziegler doesn't care. He sends it through for his 23rd.
Again, make or miss here, 26.3. You got a timeout. You can run down the court and get a quick 2.
Up and in again. Ziegler, ice in his veins. Wagner driving. Wagner to Thays. Thays bounce pass. Wagner goes up off the window and in. And a timeout, Charleroi. That's their final. 38 for Will Wagner.
Yeah, duking it back and forth. Obviously, you'd like to get a steal here first, like we said. You don't need to worry about a 3 now. You take your best shot. Maybe it is a 3. But you can't let them go over the top. And what happened last time, if you folks watching at home, the 2 most open people in a basketball court are the guy that just set the screen or the guy that just passed the ball. 2 screeners came up, set screens, and both of them ran uncontested down the court. I like it. I think it's a great call.
And they're taking, I think, Shields out here. That Bryce Large is coming back in as Wash I beat Brownsville by just 10 points tonight. So that's been impressive what I think Brownsville's been able to do, but that's a good Wash I team.
We were talking about that before the game. I'm really going to have to check out some more Brownsville film because I've seen Wash. I know they can play.
Oh, they're fantastic. They get Belvern in the game this year.
Well, yeah, absolutely, yeah. And I like that, teams like that. We'll go play anybody. I always like at McKee Sport. I don't want to stack victories. I want a tough schedule. I want to play the best. So, and that makes your team better, and eventually in a playoff run, hopefully that pays off. But here we go.
Again, Large and
here we go. We're just talking about this. They're going to run pass patterns. This is legal. This is all legal in high school basketball. The players cannot touch each other. No, they're allowed to do it.
It's going to be Daly getting from Kammermeyer. So clock started before I think if the clock started when Kammermeyer went to Daly when it needed to wait.
It has to come inside. Now, if you're the coach.
Now they put 1:59 on the clock, which also isn't right. It's 15.9.
If you're the coach, you drew up this great play, and then they just took it away from you.
We'll try it again. Kammermeyer to Daly. Little hook and ladder, no. Taken away near side, Ziegler. Ziegler isn't fouled now. Daly, they get it to Fox. Still not fouled and finally fouled.
There was a bunch of near misses there, possible over and back, a possible travel.
Almost
I don't
a steal.
know. Yeah, it was just, But again, it's still 1-1, so you miss here, you get it and go. Well, Charleroi doesn't have any timeouts left, so they don't have that option.
Defense for offense, as stays for Bryce Large.
You get it, and you say, Wagner, you got to get to the bucket for me, big dog. See what you can do. If you get double or triple, kick to your shooter.
And again, no timeout, though.
Yeah.
That's big.
That takes it out of the equation.
Huge bucket by Michael Fox.
And you got to let your player, make sure your players know, okay, guys, they got to be a 3 now. Got to be a 3 here.
Fox can
pretty much
almost
seal
ice
the game because you can't call a timeout to stop the clock.
He misses. Rebound grab, Caruso, and he throws it away. And that's going to be most likely an intentional. At least I think it should be on Brennan Shannon. As he came flying.
I don't think it is because I think what was happening is he was sprinting up the floor to foul the guy with the ball. And he literally didn't even see the offensive player and ran through him like he wasn't there. Because if you look, he didn't put his hands up, I don't think, and blast him. I think he was sprinting to the ball and just didn't see that other guy there.
And nonetheless, the best free throw shooter and best player today for Brentwood, a chance to send the away team home happy, and he will ice the game.
That'll do it. Now you say get away and don't foul anybody. The only way that you can lose this game is with a foul. Just get away.
That one rattles up and in 74-69. Shannon, to make it look closer, he will do it, but it's going to be a final of 74-72.
Great game, like we thought. Section action, two really good teams. That's a big stranglehold position now Brentwood has over Charleroi, owning the tiebreaker. And you said, Wash High continues, and we're going to hear from Brownsville before this is all said and done. So a very interesting section race coming up here, I think.
Yeah, great game. Both sides, both teams really took some punches, but it was two different runs that gave Brentwood this victory. And Charleroi in the third, they got off to a decent start. Then all of a sudden, Brentwood just went on a big run, outscored them 14-9 to send it to overtime. Then Thays hit that first three, took 40 seconds off the clock, and all of a sudden afterwards, it was all Brentwood, and that's when the game kind of changed and the Spartans took it.
We talked about how crippling and backbreaking that can be to play defense that long and give up a three, but Brentwood flipped the script, and they took that, and they really turned the game on that. And Wagner didn't score in overtime, correct? Or did he? I don't know if he did or not.
Yeah, he had 5.
Oh, okay, 5.
Thays had 2 threes. Wagner had 5 for the 11. I mean, that was more scoring than they had in the fourth quarter.
Yeah. But you would think he's scoring that many points, and they maybe got tired out. But a lot of good happened here for Charleroi. A lot you can draw and learn from, and they'll be a playoff team here, and maybe they'll get an opportunity for round 3 somewhere down the line in the Whitfield playoffs.
Yeah, and I think one thing you look at, I think that timeout for Brentwood in that tied game, the second one with 3.8 on the clock, is honestly what won them the game, because there was so much confusion on that play with Caruso when he got the ball where to go with it, that once Wagner got it, he had to rush the shot instead of being able to drive in or make his decision whether he took the 3 or drove in. And then Brentwood just did what they did in overtime. They kind of stood the test of 80 straight seconds on defense, gave up 1 3, and then all of a sudden took care of business.
I don't know about that 9 to 11 players their coach was talking about playing. I don't know if that many got in or that productive, but I tell you what, the guys for Brentwood, they played hard to the very end. Some of them guys played a ton of minutes.
They ran 8
late in the game. 8, yeah.
7 scored too.
Yeah, they had a little more left than Charleroi did at the end, I think, and that's able to make a couple plays. And Charleroi got to work on that press break and just don't dribble the ball in the backcourt, pass it through, because teams like Brentwood that press well, they want you to do that. So we'll see what they can figure out coming up next time. And boy, does Charleroi got a death stretch at the end of the season. I was looking at their schedule. I think 3 out of the last 4 games are against Brownsville and Wash High, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if there was a Corona game or something, but
Washington got canceled earlier in the year.
But it's 3 out of 4 games, I think, at the end of the year where they have the top 2 teams. So you want to make hay in games like this. And, hopefully for their sake, they can get a couple wins in the next few games before they hit that stretch where they're going to have to do something there to solidify a decent seed in the playoffs. Yeah,
take care of business. If you're Charleroi, you beat Waynesburg, McGuffey, and Best Center, you're in the postseason. Actually, more or less, as long as you beat Waynesburg, you have a good shot to get in the playoffs. As McGuffey and Best Center both 0-5, so you still have a chance if you're Charleroi to get in the postseason, and a lot to learn from. You see the improvement from game 1 to game 2. And now it's starting to figure out maybe you sneak one out against one of the top 2 teams later down the road.
Absolutely. Could happen.
But until next time, Kevin, a pleasure. As always, another thriller for us in overtime.
Hey, keep booking us, man. Keep booking us because we get the games. I don't know if the kids see us and we're like Vital and whoever the heck he's working with now, because it doesn't matter because Dickie V's there. I don't know. Maybe if you watched all Madden, he talked about Madden's doing the games this week. Maybe say, oh, Alex and Coach Kev's doing the game. We got to come out and we got to play. So.
It was fun again. Brentwood takes the thriller in overtime. We'll see you tomorrow, 12:30 tip-off. EF girls versus the Bell Vernon girls at Elizabeth Ford. On behalf of Kevin Kovach, I'm Alex Lyons saying thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time right here on MVI Live. Have a great rest of your Friday, and we'll see you tomorrow as Brentwood victorious over the Cougars here tonight.